Hi guys, today I have a really exciting update for you for my Pan Those Eyeshadows challenge or Project Pan Porn, whatever you call it. Basically, I'm just trying to randomly choose 5 shades from my entire collection every single month, and I will try to work on them until I hit pan. Once I hit pan on something, I will roll that one or a couple shades out, roll something else in, so I'm constantly working on 5 shades randomly from my collection. And last time around I had, of course, 5 shades, but I was able to hit pan on 4 of them this update, so that's super exciting. It's beyond me, and I'm just so excited to show you my progress this time around. And actually, let me show you the 1 shade that I wasn't able to hit pan on first, because I think it's obvious. This one is from my Huda Beauty Gemstone Obsessions palette. I actually drew this shade into this project at the very beginning, so I've been working on it for 2 months now, and the shades that I picked is this bluish color on the bottom right here, this one. So you can see that this color is pretty intense, so I definitely don't use it when I go to work. I only use it on the weekends, and let's be honest, I don't wear makeup every single weekend. I don't wear makeup on Saturday and Sunday. And when I do, I don't use this shade every single time. So it's definitely gonna go slow, but when I do use it, I try to come up with looks that are pretty bold. And I think you've already seen me wearing it a couple times in my other videos. I've worn it all over my lids. I've worn it like how I did it today. I just put it in the outer V. I honestly probably prefer this look the most. I also have tried to put it underneath like on my lower lash line, but this color is not very easy to show up on my eyes for some reason. So when I do the lower lash line, it looks more so like the blue tint that you would get when you have a black eye, like a dark circle type of deal. So it doesn't look all that flattering. Also, it's definitely not intense enough for me to use it as a liner. Overall, I think it's a good thing because I'm not the best at using colors. I think a color like this doesn't show up all that intensely, actually works in my favor, but that kind of limits the ways that I can use it, if that makes sense. Anyways, I can definitely see a dip in it now. I don't think I'm gonna be able to hit pan next month either. I will continue to use it whenever I get a chance to, but I don't want to force myself. I'm just gonna continue to work on it, and hopefully I can hit pan on it sometime in the summer, let's say. Now let's go through the 4 shades I was able to hit pan on. The first one here is a Urban Decay color from the Gwen Stefani palette. The color I picked is this gold color called 1987. So it's this one right here. You can see the pan is not huge. So my general strategy is that once I hit pan on a shade, I don't continue to use it throughout the month until I have to show you, because I just feel it's more time for me to work on something else. You know, I would rather just hit pan on it and put it away. So I didn't continue to work on it once I hit pan. It is a very yellow gold, but I think I did find ways to make it work on my eyes, and I enjoy the look a lot. I've had this shade in this project for 2 months now. Finally hit pan on it. I'm happy it's gonna go. The next shade I also have had this in this project for 2 months. This is from my Marc Jacobs No. 7 Style Icon palette, and it is the palette The Vamp. And the shade that I drew is a little bit on the boring side. It is this cream white shade. It's a matte color, so I use it to set my eye primer usually. And you can see the pan is pretty wide because I do use it on the larger surface area, or the brush I use in this is a little bigger. So I did wear down the pan pretty evenly. Once I hit pan, you know, it kind of went away really fast. So I'm happy with that. I think I'm just ready to put it away too, because this kind of shade is not unique in my collection by any means. I have so many similar shades just like this. So I'm happy with that. Gonna put that one away now. The next 2 shades, I actually just put them into this project last update, so they definitely hit pan pretty fast. The first one I'm not very surprised by. This is from my Lorac Pro Mega 4 palette. Those pans are really small. The shade that I drew is in the name Silver Fox. It's this one down here. Again, the pen isn't huge because I hit pan on it and I moved on. So I like the shade. I think it looks gorgeous, and there's It's really a stable, good shade. I'm happy to use it up someday, but just not this time around. I'm just happy I was able to hit pan on it so fast. All right, the last one now, it's actually really surprising to me because this is from the original Urban Decay Naked palette, and those pens are pretty substantial actually. It's 1.3 grams per shade, so that's quite a bit. And the color I drew is Smog, so it's a little deeper of a bronzy kind of shimmery color. Because it's a little deeper, I only use it in my outer V, so I kind of expect it to go slow. So it definitely surprised me when I hit pan on it, but can you tell right there? And the dip I was able to create is pretty wide too. I don't know, maybe my palette is just really old now. Maybe it's a little bit more on the powdery side because it's getting old. But really, I was seriously surprised when I hit pan on it. It's a good surprise for sure. I'm not complaining, but you can see that pan right there. That actually gave me a lot of hope because I thought this palette might last in my collection forever, because everyone that has ever panned this, it seems like they've all had a hard time with it, you know what I mean? So I'm happy if I can hit pan on one shade this fast. Maybe one day I can come around to pan it completely. I don't know, but at this point, I'm happy I can roll that one out. So right now it's time to draw new shades in. I'm gonna be drawing 4 shades, of course. And of course, my number changes a little bit because I hit pan on those 4 shades. At the same time, I actually had 2 bonus pans. So right now, I actually have 294 eyeshadow pans in my collection that don't have pans in them yet. So I am gonna use my randomizer from 1 to 294, and I'm gonna draw 4 shades out of here. So let's see. All right, the numbers are 120, 127, 269, and 276. Like I mentioned last time, I did sort all of my numbers from the least gram to the most grams. So because those 4 numbers are definitely on the larger end, you know, especially the last 2. So they are probably pans with a lot more product in them. So they're probably a little harder to pan. But regardless, let me go fish them out so I can see what those 4 shades are exactly. All right, I'm back. Before I show you what I drew, I decided I probably should show you my bonus pans. Why not, just for the heck of it, right? So I actually hit bonus pan in 2 shades this time around. I have one from a Lorac Pro Trail. The color is actually called light brown, but I'm using my crease. You can see I hit pretty nice size pan. I'm happy about that. This shade is pretty densely packed in there. I've been working on it for a while. It's definitely worth it for me. It's not easy pan at all. The other one is actually even harder. This one is from Inglot. If you have ever tried to pan Inglot shadows, they're like virtually impossible. And I have that tiny little pan in there, can you tell? This is in the shade 355. It's just a matte white cream color. I worked on this shade on and off many times, many years ago. So it's definitely not an easy task for me. I thought I would never be able to hit pan on it, honestly. So I'm super stoked about those 2. I figure I would just show you anyways. But now let's get into the business. Let me show you the 4 shades I drew. It's definitely interesting. I'm a little nervous as usual. It's just, I didn't know what to expect. But let's see, I got 2 colors in the same palette right here. This is my Too Faced Natural Matte palette. It's brand new. I have this problem. I like to buy makeup and they look so nice, I don't even want to swatch them. I tuck them away. So this one I've had for a little while, but I have never even swatched it. It's still in this box. I just took it out to look at what shades I drew. Look at how brand spanking new it is. Never even swatched. The 2 shades I drew, one is a smaller pen right here. This is in the color Risque. And one is this one right here, Lace Teddy. This is a big pen right here, but because it's a lighter color, so it's probably easier to work with. Let me give you a swatch of those 2. So right here, the top one is a little hard to see. This is Lace Teddy. It's a little similar to my skin tone, but a little warmer, a little more peachier. And the bottom one is Risque. So Risque definitely didn't seem to be as deep as it is in the pen. So I guess that's good news for me. But also at the same time, I've never tried to pan a Too Faced shade before. I heard that they're fairly hard, so I'm a little nervous about it. Just upon the touch of the shades, they are definitely a little bit more hardly packed in the pan. So, and they're matte shades, so who knows? I really don't know what to expect, but those are the two first shades right here. And then even to make it more interesting and more crazy, I guess, I drew another Too Faced shade. This time, this is from the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. Also brand new for me. I probably have swatched it, but I've never put it on my eyes before. And the color I drew is Pink Sugar. So I guess the color itself isn't all that crazy. It's this one, Pink Sugar. It's kind of like a shimmery, almost glittery type of light pink color. Oh, I don't know if you can tell. It's probably gonna cause me trouble. It's definitely an overspray, but there's like no color. I'm like digging my finger in there. It's not even like really transferring on my finger. I can see the glitters that came on my finger, but there's like barely no color of it. So that's gonna be interesting. Can you even tell right down there? Well, I'll have to see. I probably would try to use primer underneath or like a cream eyeshadow underneath, see if I can make it work. But if it's gonna be like that, if it doesn't show up on my eyes at all, I'm just gonna declutter it. I'm not forcing myself to hit pan on a shade that doesn't show, you know what I mean? That's kind of disappointing. Really, like, there's like nothing. This is very confusing to me, but I'm gonna see if I can make it work though. If it doesn't, I am not hesitant to declutter it, just dig it out of the pan. I mean, I have like close to 300 brand new eyeshadows. I do not want to waste my time on a shade like that. All right, the last one I drew, we actually now coming back to my Malamute Muse palette again. The first month I drew a shade from here, hit pan on it, rolled it out already, but now I guess we're just coming back to it with another shade. This time around I got the shade Illumination, which is a gorgeous peanut butter kind of matte shade. I've used this a few times and I love that color. It's so saturated, so beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I love that shade. It's just beautiful. I can definitely incorporate into my crease and whatnot. I think it's gonna look gorgeous. So I'm really excited I picked that shade and I look forward to using that a lot. All right, so lastly, I'm just gonna swatch the one last shade that I had left in this project still, so that you can see how all 5 of the shades look together basically. That's a color palette I have now. Not too bad, I would say. Definitely very workable. The general color scheme is very neutral. I'm really happy with the shades that I drew this time around. I always look forward to drawing new shades and just see what I could come up with color palette wise. It's always very inspiring because those shades are completely random. You never know what you're gonna get into. Also, I should mention a lot of other girls are also doing it this year with the similar style. I will have them linked down below. You should go check them out. They definitely all started before I did. So if you really like this type of video, you can probably see quite a few more updates from them too. So just give you something else to watch, I guess. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.